Good morning, guys. Okay, I'm making this video specifically this morning to ask you to give a chance to the barn videos that I've been making. A lot of you write them off immediately without even giving them a chance, and believe me, I completely understand that. I understand, I know why, and I even put the question out there yesterday on Facebook. If you do not watch the barn videos, be honest with me and tell me why it is that you do not watch them. And the answers were exactly what I expected. People are under the impression that they are about something that they are not about. People think that they are about history. People think that they are literally about the barns, and they're not. What they are about is the journey to the barn. Starting out and saying, I'm going to the Columbiana County barn today, and then getting to the barn at the end of the video is simply the beginning and the end of the story. It's what happens in between that is the actual show. If it was just simply filming the barns, I would just make one trip around Ohio and film every single barn and put it in one video and be done with it. But it's not. It's about taking the ride, the journey, the adventure, seeing, like if I'm driving on the back roads, seeing, you know, all the nature and whatever the back roads provide. Anything interesting that I come across to film, like I found, a tank and a helicopter, and I found a big T-Rex at the side of the road, and just all kinds of strange things. Now, I don't always find that kind of stuff. You know, sometimes there's absolutely nothing. I mean, I'm going out there looking for a barn, so sometimes I'm on these backcountry roads. There's absolutely nothing but more barns and fields and grass, but I still try to make it interesting by putting music in there and letting you feel like you are on the ride with me, and you're just kind of watching out the windows, what's passing and that. And I mean, that's fun in itself because it's just a road trip. But yes, the true story and the true meat of the shows is actually what happens in between, and even sometimes when I get to the barns. You guys love how I talk about the animal friends, the cow friends and horse friends and that. A lot of times I find horses and I find cows. I found some dogs the other day that didn't want to let me get out of my car. They were as big as me, and they were jumping up on the window of the bee and just going nuts, and I didn't know if I was going to get bit if I got out or whatever, but I kept the camera rolling when I got out just in case. I didn't want to get bit, but if I did, it was going to be on film and it was going to make a good show. But that's what the show is about, just the journey getting there and what happens in between. I don't pour out a bunch of history. I know absolutely nothing about the history of these counties or Ohio, and that's not what I want it to be about. I don't care to know any of that stuff. It's simply about the journey getting there, having fun, anything interesting that I find along the way, or anything that I talk about or do along the way. And then, like I said, when we finally get to the barn, we take some pictures, and that's the end of the story. The barn itself is just the end of the story. Going on the barn hunt is just simply the backdrop and a reason to take a road trip. That's all it is. So if you have not watched the barn videos, if you have not given them a chance, go through and pick one and give it a shot. Carroll County, I think, is the one where I was accosted by a giant horse, and I didn't know if I was going to get toppled or what. I was scared to death. My heart was like pounding, and as I opened this chain at the gate to get out, you can see my hands like trembling because I didn't know if I was going to get attacked or what. But that's what the shows are about, the fun things that happen along the way to find the barn. And it's been a really tough sell. A lot of them I only get about 300 views per video. And really, that's not enough for me to keep doing them. I'm going to keep doing them. I don't just stop something that I start. I finish what I start. So I'm going to keep doing them. But I definitely needed to get the word out there and let you guys know that if you haven't watched it because you're under the assumption that it is something that belongs on the History Channel, it's not. It really is not. So give it a shot. You might enjoy it. And after you've given a shot, if you don't enjoy it, don't watch anymore. But don't just write it off because you think it's something else. All right, guys, that's what I wanted to say this morning. It's very important for me to get that information out there and let you know that it's more than likely not what you think it is. So give it a chance. Do it for me. Do it for your country. And wherever you guys are waking up, whatever time it is, make the best of your day. Do something for somebody else. Pay it forward, and let's make this world a better place. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.